at the Edmonton Oilers Saturday, June 15th. The Panthers trying to close out the series and sweep the Edmonton Oilers after they win Game 3 in Edmonton on Thursday night. All right, guys, welcome into WagerTalk TV. This is Puck Time, and maybe the last time here. I'm Andrew, and I have Carmine with me. Carm, look, 3 straight games, 3 same results on the score sheet as far as who won. How do we approach Game 4? What do we do here? Totals, sides? Do we see a sweep? Are there props that stick out to you? At this point, does anything change? What do you think?
Things changing, man. I don't see how anything could change. They went in there, and Andrew, my wife Stacy is a huge hockey fan. She's watching the game with me, and she's like, "The Oilers can't make any mistakes." I'm like, "Yes, I know they can't make any mistakes because if you do, Florida's going to make you pay for it." And what happens? A bad pass. It goes the other way. They score a goal, and when Florida gets on you, they just step on your throats. Even when the Oilers tied it up, they just step on your throats and put you to sleep, man. It's like the old wrestling days of WWF, where they got you like in the sleeper hold and or the half Nelson and just put you to sleep. It's what they did to the Oilers. They put this whole series to sleep, man. They're just too good. I'm actually wearing the shirt. I'm gonna pull myself up a little bit. From last year. There he is, the "We Want Florida" shirt. Had to wear it because everyone wanted to play Florida. Well, I don't think everyone wanted to play Florida, but everyone thought they could get by Florida or make a series of it. As did I. I'm eating humble pie, whatever you want to call it. I picked the Oilers to win the series. They can't even win a game. They can't even win a period yesterday. So, with that said, Andrew, like, it's got to end. We talked about the gentleman's sweep. There is no gentleman's sweep happening. The only way the gentleman's sweep could possibly happen is if the Oilers played their eyeballs out on Saturday night, mistake-free, and somehow Florida played their worst game of the playoffs. And even then, I don't think it would change the result. Florida's ending this series. It is done. It's already ended, but it's done right now. You got books like Circa and Pinnacle offering you the best possible price. This opened at 120. They're offering you the best possible price on the Oilers. And I'm seeing like minus 112. I'm seeing minus 110. I'm seeing minus 115. Even they know it's done. And Pinnacle and Circa are two of the sharpest books as far as I am concerned. It is done, man. It's Andrew, I don't know what to say, man. I was so wrong in predicting this series. So, anyone who followed along, obviously I apologize, but you wear your losses on your sleeves, man. Don't just talk about your wins, talk about your losses. Feel bad for the Oilers and their fan base. They came out in droves. They were out there in the pouring rain and cheering their team on. They probably deserve better than this, but it's done, Andrew. As far as props, I'm going to stay away from props. I did end up going with the prop yesterday, the Evander Kane under 1.5 shots, and he gets scratched. So that it's my books. I played at 2 different books just because I found better juice on one of them the second time around, and they were voided by the books. He's got to step onto the ice for 1 shift. The least he could have done was just gone for a skate and then gone to the dressing room, cash a couple tickets for us shop prop degens, as we call them. This one is done. Guys, before I send it back to Andrew, drop a funny comment in the comment section of this live video. I'm just going to yank one of the names because I was going to do a contest, but there's no contest after Saturday because it's done. I'll just grab one name out of our live chat while Andrew's talking, or before this show ends and the season ends for us, and send you a PuckTime Be a Goldfish t-shirt. So I have a couple kicking around, but I have to bring one to Vegas for Sean Alvarez, our WagerTalk horse racing savant. So I have one left. I'll get it out to you guys. And next season, I'll give out a bunch of stuff. But Andrew, it's done. Florida Panthers. You saw Matthew Tkachuk. He got his team after Game 3 off the ice. Same thing he did last year. off the ice into the dressing room, it is not done yet for them. They're a completely business like team. They're going to go out on Saturday. They don't care about winning the cup on home ice in game 5. They just want to win it in game 4 and take it home with them on the plane. So Florida Panthers for me in this one.
Yeah, Carm, I definitely thought the Oilers had a much better chance than what they're seeing here. I think there's two things we can look at. It's the experience level, the fact the Panthers were here last year in this exact same situation. We asked ourselves at the start of the series, how much did the experience play a role? And I liked the experience factor all the way up until this series. And then you look at the physicality, the way that they play is such a perfect style for the postseason. And that's been a big difference maker here. The only thing I've really been right about in the Stanley Cup Finals here has been the Bobrovsky Conn Smythe, and hopefully that gets there. Current odds for the Conn Smythe Trophy, minus 500 for Bobrovsky. The next favorite is plus 400 on Alexander Barkov. So hope you guys were able to get some of those futures in earlier on in the playoffs, and we can cash the ticket at least to end the season on that note. But Carm, I keep on referencing this, and I'm sure you probably laugh when I make soccer comparisons, but it kind of feels like a team right now that's winning the possession battle 70-30, but they're down like 3-0. It's like the possession doesn't matter. How many passes you've made to your team doesn't matter. If you're going east-west and you're not going north-south, it doesn't matter. And it seems to me that the NHL comparison right now is Connor McDavid flying around in circles, trying to find someone to pass to, but not shooting it. These guys, finding opportunities, getting up the ice, creating a chance, and then missing the net wide. Meanwhile, Darnell Nurse, who gets paid $9.25 million a year for the next 5 years, turns the puck over. Reinhart makes one pass. All of a sudden, boom, it's in the net. Skinner goes behind the net to play the puck. He turns the puck over. In the front of the net, Rodriguez, boom, it's in the net. And to me, that's the difference here, is that when the Panthers have had their chances, they've scored. Because guess what? The Oilers, they've had more breakaways in this series. They've had more odd man rushes in this series. And they are 0 for 10 in the series. So it's not like they've been like completely dominated. They just have been outplayed as far as the execution levels. So let's take a look at some ways that we can make money here, Carm, and I will throw this out there, and I want your thoughts before we wrap it up. But we saw yesterday's game go over, and I do think we will see Game 4 go over the total. I think that whether or not Edmonton wins, I do think they go down with a fight. But when I look at this game, Carm, I got to look towards unders. We have to continue to look towards some unders. We're looking at points here in this contest. And I think overall, you look at the number for McDavid, you're going to get plus 100 once again, even money on the guy under a point. I mean, up until the third period, the Oilers had scored 2 goals in 8 periods of action. They had more goals from defensemen than goals from forwards. They have more goals from the bottom 6 than the top 6. And I get it. Sure. They're probably going to need McDavid to get 2 points in order for them to move on. But from where I sit right now, it's hard enough for him to get 1 point, Carm. Under 1.5 points for McDavid at plus 100, I think is a really good prop to take a look at here. As far as another one to look at would be Evan Bouchard. Evan Bouchard over a point is minus 220. Under a point for him is plus 170. I can't stress it enough. At this point, even if the Oilers win, take a few guys on their team to not get a point, to go under their point total. You can make money in that way. And I understand in desperation, in desperate times in the third period, sometimes these shots on goal overs, will hit because they have the goalie pulled and, they're firing everything on net. But I have to look towards the under on Zach Hyman, and it's under 3.5 shots, Carm, at minus 125. You're going to give me a 3.5 shot on a guy that's barely even shooting the puck, barely getting the puck on his stick throughout this series, and yet it's only minus 125 for his unders. So those are a few unders that I do like. And how about an over that we can look at? I talked about this on Prop It Up. And I'll say it again. I mean, I think if you like any type of overs as far as the shots on goal for the Oilers, why not just take Sergei Bobrovsky over on his saves? We mentioned that at the end of yesterday's PuckTime show about Thursday night's game. And if you're going into Saturday's game and you're expecting the Oilers to throw the kitchen sink and just finally learn from their mistakes, because I don't know what it is, but this team finally in the third period realized they have to throw everything at the net. They shot the puck, it went off a shoulder, and it went in the net. But that's how you got to score against this team. So I think over on saves for Bobrovsky might be my favorite over of the day. But when it comes down to it, Carmen, we got to look at unders. You got to look at Forsling under shots on goal. You got to look at some of these guys like Barkov under on their shots. In this series, it's just been a lot of defense, a lot of tight checking. And again, the Panthers haven't really had that many chances. They're just executing on their chances. So during the regular season, we like betting overs. It's easier to find good spots for overs. But right now, with these two clubs, I'm more comfortable taking unders than I am overs.
I don't blame you, Andrew. It's, it's it, I don't even want to bet the game on Saturday. I'm going to go to the soccer game. I'm going to go to the TFC game on Saturday and watch that game. I'm going to obviously record it because or PVR it because I anticipate Florida is going to win the game. I want to see the whole basically the last period of the game and the Stanley Cup celebration and what have you. Should it unfold the way I think it's going to with Florida sweeping the Oilers. But as far as props go, you just don't know. Come the third period, if it's a slanted score line, is there a lot of stat padding per se, if you want to call it that, with a lot of shots on goal that are pretty much meaningless ones, or does Florida just shut them down once they got the lead? They basically shut down the Oilers. I know the Oilers made it close somewhat late, but I don't think they were ever going to pull back from that or get back from that 4-1 deficit, Andrew. You can look at the saves props. I'm not even going to look at the shot props because I just don't know what's going to happen with this team. Knobloch tried to change up lines a little bit. Florida's making guys look invisible. You talked about Connor McDavid and having so much of ice in the ozone, but he's just circling around trying to find a lane. There's no lanes for him. They're getting sticks on his passes. He just couldn't get anything to the net. Zach Hyman, a guy who in the first, in the first couple or first three series for the Edmonton Oilers was scoring goals by the bunches. What's he have? 14, 15 goals in the playoffs? And you just don't even see him or hear him in this series. They're just not scoring. How they got 3 yesterday is beyond me, but maybe Florida took their foot off the pedal just a little bit. It's I'm just going to play Florida and expect it to end on Saturday, Andrew. Guys, just a couple things. Want to obviously thank you guys. If this is the last show, tune in each and every week, each and every day throughout the week. Whether the comments are good or bad, there's Andrew. I got my regular troll, the guy who comes after me every single show. I just keep deleting him from the channel. He creates a new account and comes back, and I just delete him again. It's like imagine living in someone's head. I can't believe people don't have anything better to do in life than that. But that's the way it is for Burger King. He trolled me when I said Florida was probably the value play yesterday at plus 115, and he said Edmonton was the play. But he comes in trolling me about Connor McDavid and overvaluing him. Imagine overvaluing a player that all teams in the NHL would overpay for. Just because they can't win a cup doesn't mean that he's an overvalued player. Surround them with players who can do something, and maybe you get something better out of them. Florida play as a team. The Oilers play as individual units. At least in the Stanley Cup, they have Andrew. So I don't know what to say. Andrew, I got to pull somebody's name out of this group here. Russell Deck is always there. I want to thank him for coming in each and every day. I got him a PuckTime shirt. I think it arrived. Jared as well too. A lot of you guys in there, Drew, Steve Laidlaw. It's what it is. And no Drew Schwartz. Nobody lives in my head. You want to know why? Because I don't care what people say about me. It doesn't matter. So that's all that matters to me. If you can be anything in life, be kind. That's the rule. If you fail to do it, that's on you. It's how it is. Andrew, before we end this, because I don't think there's going to be a game 5. If there is, you'll be doing the show with someone else for game 5 because I'm off to Vegas. I leave on Wednesday. If you're in the Vegas area or you're near Circa on the 20th, I will be at Circa Sports or in their sports book in the recliner chairs watching Spain versus Italy. Come by, say hi, let me buy you a drink, and we can possibly talk some hockey, but the season's done. What do you got going up at WagerTalk, Andrew, for the weekend?
Yeah, Carmen, we got the $5 customer appreciation day going, but I actually have my play that's up for tomorrow. So it is a $5 play. You can grab it today only for $5, but it's for a CFL 4% best bet Saturday game. I wanted to use the game that I have selected for Friday night football in the CFL, but as you know, the lines move so much. So you guys out there that are interested in my CFL plays, highly recommend jumping in on the All Access. Get a week of all plays for $77, $11 a day right now. Whatever it may be that's beneficial for you. But the best way to do it is to get an All Access pass because right now, tonight, the play I have, the line moved in a big, big way. So my $5 customer appreciation play goes tomorrow, but you can buy it today. After tonight at midnight, it will go back to $25. So just 3 NBA player props today, Carm, so far. And that's about it. That's all I have going. And I thought you were going to say if you can be anything in life, be a goldfish. That's your line. But you said be kind. I certainly agree with it. And guys, hey, let's just be happy we're not Corey Perry, who's about to lose in another Stanley Cup final. The guy is always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Always a groomsman, never a groom. This guy, Carm, he just keeps making it to the finals and then losing. 4 of the last 5 years, Corey Perry has made it to the finals and lost. That would be really hard. That would be very, very. Any team that he lands on the next few years, guys, just make sure you bet them to lose in the finals. It's crazy, but yeah, Carm,
Nice,
that's all I've got, man.
Come on.
That's all I've got. What about you?
He's getting on. Listen, he's getting on in years, and he's latched himself onto teams that have made runs to the Stanley Cup. But you know, there were guys in our chat right from the beginning of the playoffs, and that's what I love about our chat. And I just put something in there about that. Is the PuckTime community this year, last season, even the season before that, have always been sharing information with each other, talking about what plays they like, taking good-hearted shots at each other, but never belittling anyone in the group. That's not what the community is meant to be. It's for guys to share info. You can agree and disagree with what we're talking about, again, because everyone's going to have differing opinions. That's how the market is made. Because if everyone's on one side, there is no market. You guys always share great info. You don't take shots at each other, and that's what makes it a great community. So, you know, with that said, at the beginning of the playoffs, so many guys were saying Florida's a team of destiny. Florida's a team of destiny, and they were right. They have basically accomplished what they set out to do after losing in the Stanley Cup Finals last year and being embarrassed 9-2 in the final game, and that is win the Stanley Cup. It hasn't happened yet, but it should happen on Saturday. And if for some reason it doesn't happen on Saturday, it'll happen 3 days later, Game 5 at home in front of their home fans, and they'll litter the ice with rats. With that said, Andrew, before I get you to sign off, the Euros kick off today. I covered the game that's being played today between Germany and Scotland yesterday on WagerTalk today. You can find it. I tweeted it out on my page over on the X Twitter at Carmine Bianco WT. Recorded 4 more free play videos this morning. Those are for the weekend and for next week. You'll see them pop up. I'll put some free plays up on the WagerTalk site. But if you're looking for the full tournament package, all Euros, all Copa America, and the Leagues Cup, 72 days of soccer starting today, ending on August the 25th with the final of the Leagues Cup, which is the third and final tournament. $129 gets you every single play, prop, side, total, futures bet, including 5% plays, and I have one loaded up for next week. So if you choose to play just the free plays, I wish you the best of luck in those as well too. No one ever holds a gun to your head to do anything that you don't want to do. With that said, Andrew, if this is our last show, man, always fun doing it with you. And the guests that come on, Don Buster, Brian Leonard, the Prez, Andy Lang, all the guys who come on the show, we greatly appreciate you guys coming on, sharing info with the PuckTime community. And that's it. We hope to do it again this time next year or in September, October of next year. Andrew, I'll send it back to you for final few words and take us home.
Yeah, it feels like a sad show right now, but it's also a change of seasons. It's about to be full-on baseball season, soccer season, and of course, for me, guys, as you know, Canadian football season. Thank you to everybody for watching. As you can tell, Carmen and I love doing this show together. We have lots of fun. We enjoy the guests to come on. We love talking hockey, and hopefully, we're able to make you guys some money. We enjoy the community. We enjoy the comments. We enjoy all the engagement that you guys show to us. So, guys, make sure you find all of us, all of our work over at WagerTalk.com all throughout the summer. And we'll see you, obviously, in the fall for future shows. If not, you can follow Carm on Twitter at Carmine Bianco WT and myself at McGinnis Picks. Carm, close it out for us.
Yeah, one more thing, because I said I was going to pick somebody out of the comment section for the PuckTime shirt. There's a bunch of really good comments in there, but the guy Nick with I think you spell it with like a whole bunch of I's, so maybe Nick is one of those Cyclops. What's like that fish with the 3 eyes on The Simpsons. Nick, I'm not calling you a fish. I'm saying PuckTime shirt for you. Send an email over to support@wagertalk.com or the customer service department. Give them your info, and I will get you a PuckTime and be a goldfish t-shirt out before I take off for Vegas. That's all I wanted to say. Some great comments in there, Andrew, and all season long. So with that said, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in. If there is a game 5, we will be back. If there isn't, have a absolutely fantastic summer, and we will see you back in October.